Well, okay. It is 6:38. I'm going to officially call our meeting to order. There is no one here for public comment, so moving steadily along. Agenda item 3 is approval of the minutes from our May meeting. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from May? Beautiful. Thank you. Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion about the May minutes? Okay. All in favor of the approval for the May minutes? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Dave, I'm assuming you'll abstain for May because you were not at that meeting.
Yeah, that's
Perfect. Agenda item 4 was just a summer camp recap because it officially kicked off on Monday. The newsletter today was a beautiful touch. It was
Yes.
very nice.
Good.
That was very nicely done.
Well, we're gonna do that weekly.
I love that. Yeah, it's a great idea, but it like really was nice too, like with the pictures and stuff too. It was great. So
So sent it like after today came.
Yeah, so
After a couple days of
yeah,
camp.
we're gonna send it every Friday, so Monday
fun.
parents kind of know what's going on.
Yeah.
This is our shirt for our
Nice.
campers and our staff. The staff has purple and the kids have blue.
Yeah, my children want to write CIT on the back of their.
Not quite yet.
Right. I was like, I don't think anybody will believe it, but okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But okay.
So far, everything is going good. We have the whole summer pretty much planned. I only brought a few of these for you guys to look at it. There's gonna be a few changes.
I think so feel free to have them on down.
Need some colors.
Lots of fun things
How many
happening.
enrolled? We have, at this moment, 98 enrolled,
Nice.
37 in before care and 59 in aftercare. So now we're just we thought we had plenty of staff, so now we might have to add a few more in.
Right.
So,
Good problem,
yeah, good problem to
Yeah.
have.
for sure. Yeah.
Sarah is the camp coordinator. She's doing an amazing job. So, she just get to sit down for 2 seconds.
Right.
Today I told her, I said, just go take a ride. Just get.
Right. Take 5.
We got
Right.
you.
Yeah, take 5 minutes. Yeah. I mean, it'll settle in once like everybody settles
Yeah.
in, but the first
Yeah.
week, right,
It's
is a
always-
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
But
ton.
it's definitely made a huge difference for Mike and I to be able to spend more time on other things.
Right.
There was a hiccup with the text alert. I got a hold of Myrek and fixed that. So now hopefully we'll get all the parents on that page.
Yeah, which will be hugely helpful.
Right.
Right. That's perfect.
Just need some more nice weather and we'll be good.
I know.
And when that's set up, can you text individual parents too, or is it just a
No,
mass?
it's a
thing?
mass,
Okay.
unfortunately, yeah. I've already sent emails out to all the parents who have not paid up for the first and second week of camp. It's due. I think there's only like 4.
Mhm.
So that's gone out. But everything's kind of rolling right now. So
That's great.
yeah, very happy.
Specialty camp weeks full?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Right,
But
but
more and more people are asking questions.
Right.
More and more people who signed up for the first week are saying, can I add on weeks?
Right.
So I wanted to hit that 100 mark by today, but we
You're
didn't hit it.
close.
We're close. We're
Yeah.
2 away. So I talked to a family that just moved into town. They're going to register this week. So
That's great.
yeah.
Yeah, that's really fantastic. And I suspect, right, like the specialty camp weeks, as like kind of like you saw last summer, right? Like the more kids come, then the more they want to come.
Right.
So I'm sure that
I
will
want to
fill.
say we have about 13 CITs.
Yep.
And so far the program's going smoothly. We're gonna make some adjustments. And Nicole has a lot planned for them through the day, so they're not getting in the groups as much. So we're gonna switch that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's they built a beautiful snack shack. They made $74 today. at the
Awesome.
Snack shack, and they got an Excel spreadsheet keeping inventory and doing a profit and loss statement every day.
That's very cool.
So they're really getting into it. It's been great. They
Right,
built
that's
some of the picnic tables, like they're doing a little bit of everything. So
That's fantastic though. And right, like good for them to take on some like responsibility, right? Like the whole point to build those skills for when they're ready to be counselors. So that's great. That's awesome.
You need any extra help for on July 17th for that carnival?
We
Looks like,
probably,
oh, it's gonna be busy there.
yeah, we could probably always use a extra set of hands, but we're gonna really involve the CITs in that.
Yeah, and like running the events and
Yeah.
stuff.
If
That's
you
fine.
need an extra hand, let me know.
Okay,
I'll be around town.
we also always look for extra hands the last day of camp.
Especially there's a lot going on with the bounce house and games and everything, so.
Yeah,
What day is that one?
August 4th, the last day of camp.
Oh, right before the special
Yeah.
camps. Okay.
Mhm.
All day or like for a specific, is
No, probably around lunchtime usually.
that the picnic day?
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
We have the CITs going to the firehouse on the 8th and 9th, do CPR and do some training over there. So that's gonna be nice. They're going on a leadership trip in August. And we were gonna do some kayaking at the end of August, but we're not sure the instructor is MIA, so we're not sure if that's gonna happen.
Got
So
it.
we're working on trying to find a new instructor for them. So,
that's great.
yeah,
I love all that. Well, that sounds like a success.
so far so good.
I like it. Any other questions, thoughts, wonderings?
For the carnival day, when is that gonna start? What time?
Probably won't start till like 10,
Just put my
because by the
Yeah,
time we get
right.
everything set up and.
Right. Yeah, and that way too, right? Like the kids get in, they kind of
Right.
get situated and settled
Yeah.
before the madness.
If I help set up, if you like, in the morning.
Okay.
Good egg.
Right. Okay.
Jamie said that she's just finishing up at hockey and she'll jump online in a couple minutes. Okay. The next thing was the end of summer event. We had talked a little bit about some ideas at our May meeting. So wanted to just circle back to see,
So I talked to Joe, who was at the 250th, to
Yeah.
see if he would be interested in doing some music or
Yeah.
or something. He said he
Right.
could do DJing, he could do music. He said it is about $500.
okay.
Um, I thought if we did, I know we had said something about August 26th. I wanted to kind of run by, do you think we should do something where it's a family thing, or the parents kind of go to music and we have something else for the kids to do?
I think honestly, I mean, like, truthfully, you could do either, right? I feel like there'd be interest for either,
Mhm.
Like dinner and
right?
maybe get one or two food trucks and then
Right.
music.
Yeah. And then you're talking about separate activities for the kids? Or you're saying this would just be something for,
We could either do it one, it's like a family thing, you hang out and you
Mhm.
listen to music, but are the kids gonna be interested in listening to the music?
right?
Make sure we have something else for the kids to do. That
Then
won't
you get into the
interfere with
question
music.
of like, do parents think there's childcare?
Right,
Or is it, so that makes me lean towards maybe a family
Right.
event.
yeah.
Make them sit there with their parents.
The one that's in the summer, pretty
I mean,
soon.
I
it'll
used
be
to do it all
locked
the time with my
in the house
parents.
for the
Maybe there's
winter.
like
Yeah.
one section with like cornhole and
I
stuff.
mean, he said he only played like an hour and a half, so by the time you eat and kind of hang and
Right,
talk,
Yeah, cornhole would be a bad idea.
yeah,
Mhm.
just put some cornholes out.
right,
I think we should have like 4 of them.
Yeah.
5
Yeah.
of them.
right.
Do something like that. Okay,
That sounds fun.
I mean, if you're gonna have it back here,
right.
you do basketball, basketball hoops or anything
Yeah.
back there. you just
Yeah, the
have-
playground's there, right?
Yeah, I mean, they'll run around.
Right, so the
back.
parents could bring their kids, their own kids over to the playgrounds if
Right.
needed.
Right,
Kids need to get away from them.
right,
I like that.
yeah.
Okay, let me try to get it together.
But I do think that's a great, like, it's a fun idea
Right.
to do.
You're talking about Wednesday evening, the 26th?
Yeah, that's the date we threw out there.
Yeah, because we were debating like, is a Friday night better? Like,
Right.
it's so hard to know.
Right.
Didn't the school just put out, hold on,
Are they doing something back to school then?
I feel like they are. Hold on.
So you said you would have a
Yes.
DJ?
Actually, on the 26th. How ironic. Yeah, they're doing a BCS cone action. It was in the last newsletter that they just sent, like last Sunday. Sunday, they just sent it Sunday. I want to say it was just an ice cream truck. I think it's Craig. Let me see if I can find it.
Time.
4 to 5:30.
Because maybe we do like,
Right after
they do that and we do it right after that.
Right,
Yeah,
like you'll already be here.
Right.
I like that. That could be
We
cute.
do 5:30 to 7.
Right. Especially if we get like a food truck or two.
Yeah.
Um,
And Craig could stay if he wants.
right. Yeah. Um, wonder if they have it on the website.
I can talk to Clay too about how she feels, about that.
Right. But it would be, I mean, it's a nice,
I think to do another day, that's a lot for parents. Like to
Right,
commit.
agreed. That's all
Yeah.
why all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute, why is that day so familiar? Um,
One of those things, is it more to come 2 different days or to stay extra long one day?
right.
I think they would prefer just to stay. Like if they can get dinner for their,
Yeah.
they're already there, get
Yeah,
dinner,
Yeah.
there's food, yeah.
like, and chill and then go home and
Mm-hmm.
prepare for school in a few days.
When does school started?
I think it's the 30th, right?
31st, I think,
31st.
a Monday, whichever one of those is a Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice one.
Yes,
in the summer.
1st.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm, it will.
Wow, Jeannie. You have to let her in.
Oh, no, it looks like she's in, she's just not. We can't see her.
I don't actually know how to
Hi,
find the
Jamie.
newsletter. Hi, Jamie. I'm not sure how to find the newsletter, but it is 4 to 5:30.
When Kay gets back from vacation, I'll
Right.
reach out to her.
But I think that's a nice partnership. And I do think, right, it's probably easier for families to just like come.
And maybe we can have the building, the annex open for any new families that are joining after school.
It could be, right, your tour all in one. Then you guys don't have to do another night, which would be nice. People could drop off paperwork.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Do you want help with like food? I mean, I think like 1 or 2 food trucks are like,
Yeah. I'll look at who they had for
right.
a Harvest Fest and try
Mhm.
to hit them up.
Yeah.
Like maybe like a burger and then a
Yeah. I
pizza.
was gonna say, I think the BAA did the burgers and pizza, or they did the burgers. They do them at the Harvest Fest and they did them
Yeah.
for the PTO Spring Fling.
Mm-hmm.
Who did it?
The BAA.
All the BA.
I don't think Grand has a pizza truck, right?
No,
I think so.
I think we use Silver Sands.
Okay.
But I know there's also one in Ansonia.
Yeah. Um,
The barbecue place that is at Harvest Fest all the time,
Yeah.
not just blowing smoke.
mhm.
That's what it's called.
Yep.
I always wondered if they were based in Bethany because they're always, I've never seen them elsewhere.
They just did the, for the Parker, Lions Club last week.
Oh, they did?
They were there, they catered it, very nice
Yeah.
job.
I know one of Net's friends owns the empanada truck too.
Mm.
Believe it or not, I've never had empanada.
What? You're missing out.
They're so good. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, let's see if we can get them.
Yeah.
Just so we can get that over for you. But I think that would be fun. And I think it would be nice. Like open to the community, but families will probably already be here.
Right.
Kids will have like enjoyed playing.
Yeah. And there'll be families at camp and
Right. Right. So that's perfect. Okay. Let us know if you need any help planning that.
will do.
Okay, then fall programming.
We haven't really done much with that.
Because you were,
Yeah.
during summer camp.
But yeah. So I know we have the tennis coming, but we do definitely have to look at a few other things. I know the soccer guy just reached out to me today to see if we're interested in doing that again in the fall.
Mhm.
So we definitely have to get on that soon.
Tennis is good though, too.
Yeah,
Yep.
that would be nice.
Yeah. Kids, adults, both.
I think it's for anyone.
Okay.
But mostly kids.
Yep.
And then obviously at some point I want to try to find a pickleball instructor, but they're very expensive.
Okay.
Maybe
That's
Annette
so
could do
good.
part-time with you and then pickleball instructor.
That's a good idea.
I mean, listen,
It's
it's not a bad, right?
balance.
That's not a bad idea either. Yeah. Okay.
But tennis is a definite.
Yeah.
That'll be fun though.
How about
A little
a
different.
cornhole tournament or something?
Mm-hmm.
Because I read an article that pickleball is now the number one injury for seniors.
Oh, really?
One playing though.
Right.
What was it? I mean, because, you know, you're thinking, your mind is saying I'm 25 and your body's like,
Right. Sure.
Yeah,
So I'm just thinking cornhole would be fun.
Mm-hmm. That would be fun.
like a single event of,
Yeah, but you know, sign up as teams or what
Right.
have you, you know. Then
Yeah.
have a tournament, playoffs and stuff, that'd be cool.
Mhm.
I would sign up.
Yeah, I mean, it would actually be fun. Even if you did like a league that met like once a week
Exactly,
and then like there was a tournament after whatever, 6 weeks or something.
because I think bocce ball season is already over. I think they have a bocce club in Bethany,
Already?
right?
They
I think that's
do.
over.
Yeah, I see the guys out there playing a
Mhm.
lot, but I don't know when it like runs.
Yeah, I think that's
Kind of
over for now.
finishing up.
It's too hot.
Too hot. Got it.
But
But that actually would be fun, even if we did it as like a 1 day event,
Mhm.
to your point too,
yeah,
you know,
You could have team costume contest.
oh, that's cool.
that would be very fun.
Mhm.
That's a cute idea. Yeah. And maybe like an August Saturday or something.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um,
That'd be cool.
You've already
Mhm.
got your back to school night, the end of August. I mean,
right.
so September maybe. when
Maybe
it's
it's
cooler.
September, right? That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
Parents need a break.
Right. Get out of the house. Get the kids out. Yeah.
Mhm. Bring them to the cornhole ceremony.
Right, to everything, just because they're adorable. Just because they're super cute. Okay. I still owe you to the survey, which I will work on. For like the adult programming pieces. So we can see if we can get some better like intel from
Right,
people for what they're
times and
looking
days.
for. Yeah. Okay. Anything else for fall? Do you want to, like, as you're working in the next couple of weeks on like the manuals and stuff, like send them out to people and then we can put that for July agenda and people can review them ahead of time?
Okay.
Okay.
We'll also have yoga in the fall.
Oh, fun.
nice.
That's a definite for kids right now.
Okay.
Oh, for
Sorry.
kids?
For now. Until we find an adult instructor.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thursday nights?
Thursday night.
I could do Thursday nights too. Got
Um,
somebody who've already got two.
Right. Let's have a class right there. Okay. You before and after care. Okay. Anything else for fall programming?
At this time.
So the next agenda item is lifeguards and lake access. Last month we had just talked about, right, like some difficulty with the lifeguard situation. And like just wondering what the direction from the first select board was. Board of Selectmen, Board of Select People.
Mhm.
I wasn't sure like where that all landed.
And plateaued right now.
Okay, so are they fine with just kind of keeping it as like swim at your own risk?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything. We
Okay.
put some signs up there. I did put policies and procedures together. I think maybe after August, we could start looking at those for
Right.
next year. Yeah,
Yeah. You know what occurred to me too, and I hadn't thought about it previously, but Watertown has a couple of lakes.
reaching out to them.
Yeah. His name is Mike Ganem, is the Park and Rec director, if my memory is correct.
Is he one of the ones that I interviewed?
He couldn't make it because he had like a pipe burst or something at his house,
Okay.
but he had offered to participate. I think Leslie
I
knows
think
him.
I've talked to him once.
Yeah, but they have a couple of waterfront properties that they have open. They posted something today about the lifeguards. That's what made me like I saw it on Facebook and I was like, oh, so like he might be a good one to like pick the brain
I'll
of.
reach out to him.
Yeah, because they have public pools too.
Oh,
So like they may have some good policies and procedures that we can
in
like,
place.
yes.
Okay.
So just wondering about that,
And
but
also tips about how to recruit people.
Right.
yeah,
Pay top dollar.
right. Yeah, but I wonder, like, maybe they're turning lifeguards away.
Right.
Um, that we
You
can
can take their cast off.
right, right. Like maybe they don't have enough, and so it's
Right,
like,
right.
Right.
how they advertise and stuff for it. Watertown's not far; it's 20 minutes. But yeah, that just made me think about it today. Okay, so for now, kind of direction is no direction. So we're gonna just keep it status quo from last year
Yes.
with swim at your own risk and signs are posted.
Yeah.
Perfect. Do we have to send out alerts about the water quality?
I haven't done anything from the health department.
Okay.
I just happened to run into someone because Alexis retired.
Yep.
So the guy that took his place, I ran into him at a friend's house
Right. You're like, yeah.
that took her place. And he was, he was telling us what he did. And I'm like, oh, by chance, I haven't gotten anything about the lake water. He's like, oh, you're fine. I'm like, okay.
Right. Right. How often
They're every week.
they test it?
Yeah.
Okay. So they'll notify you
Right.
and then we
Via
can
email.
post. Okay.
So I guess, that geeks getting rid of those is helping, huh?
Somewhat. I'll tell you on
Yes.
Friday.
I'm assuming because it was closed a lot last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I
But
don't know
it
if
was also
closed
very
this early
hot.
in the season. Like I feel like the quality of the water usually deteriorates.
Once it
Yeah.
gets hot.
Once it gets hot. Yeah.
Mm.
So it'll be interesting to see. And yeah, right. You guys will see if there are geese in the water on Friday
Right.
when you're there for camp. So okay.
There were some there when we were there, putting up the signs, but
Right.
not a lot.
Right. Not as many, maybe.
What did they do to get rid of it?
Lights in the lake.
Flashing lights. Yeah. It's been very controversial on the
Mhm.
Facebooks.
Oh, sure has.
Yes.
You
Guess
haven't
I'm
seen that?
not-
I don't even look at Facebook that often, but.
Not yet. I tried a couple of times. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Not worth it. Okay. Well, that's good. Then no news is good news for that part. Okay, so then extended day program actually was not fall programming, but we kind of talked about it there. So we'll push that to July, which still gives us plenty of time to kind of get everything situated for
Extended,
August.
extended day.
The before and after care.
It's all done.
Oh, okay.
It's done.
I love
It's
that.
supposed to open, I think, next week or the.
Oh, okay.
I think I might have pushed it to the following week just to buy us some time.
Right. Okay. That's perfect. Is everything status quo from last year? Did you need us to look at anything?
Right now, everything is status quo.
Okay.
We may do some restructuring of the staff, so when I do that.
Right.
I'll bring it to you guys.
Yeah, but
This is for fall, for the school year.
yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy that it's already
I
opening.
know.
I mean, I
I
guess
just
it
have
makes
to,
sense.
I have to test it because there was a few glitches with the summer.
Right.
So I want to make sure that Mike set it up right.
Yeah.
So I have to just look at it and make sure it's set up right.
Okay.
But I think I sent out an email saying it was going to open whatever after the 4th sometime.
Okay.
Oh.
It like terrifies me because then I have to start thinking about
I have
it.
a ton of parents already asking.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So.
And no, I mean, I guess it makes sense. Responsible parents probably do get rid of it.
Well, just so you know, it's mostly kindergarten, kids.
Oh,
going
okay.
to
Yeah, that's true. When my kids were in kindergarten, I think I reached out in like June,
Yeah.
as well. And now I'm like, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Yeah. Okay. And then the next one was scholarships. So there were two pieces. You had emailed out the piece about summer scholarships.
Right.
Because there was a need for that for some
So-
families.
I think there might be this is what I need to discuss. So, we set up the Tom Dunn just for basketball.
Yeah.
And I talked to Tom the other day. We had gotten he has gotten some other donations, maybe like $500 worth.
It's awesome.
He's also gonna make another donation.
Wow.
And we got a decent donation from the Lions Club.
It's beautiful.
So Leslie had asked if we can possibly do it, just put everything together, and Tom asked if we could use some of the money for the kids in summer
Mhm.
camp. So that,
And
with that
Tom's
means
okay
I
with
will, that's what he wants.
He wants it to be
Mhm.
spread out.
Yes. So that means I'm gonna have to change everything.
Okay.
So, I mean, do we just, I don't wanna go crazy and just add in, take away basketball and add in program,
Right.
recreation programming,
Yeah.
Mhm.
just be generic.
That would make sense to me. Right.
Recreation programming sounds to me like it applies to anything that the Parks and Rec Department is running.
Correct.
And then anyone can apply and then we just go through the system and.
Right.
I mean, we could use the same forms, it's just changing the wording and the policies.
Yes.
So I'll make those changes and send it out.
Okay.
I think I already did actually, right?
So you
That's what I
sent out
did.
the
Something.
one, yeah, so like it was it's
But I just have to
internal
add
scholarship policies,
Right, I just have to add Tom's name into it.
right? Because we could rename the whole thing as the
Right.
Tom Dunn Park and Rec
Right.
Scholarship Program. So you had sent out the application.
Did I send out the policy?
I think so.
There should have been 3 things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Each program are you applying for assistance with household size, income. Yeah. Just looking at it one more time. So, right, I do think that this would work if it was just the Bethany Parks and Rec Tom Dunn Scholarship.
Right. But,
Right.
and he also had mentioned that maybe he would do a match if we did something.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I said, let's talk a little bit more in person about that because I don't
Right.
want to,
Right.
right, if we get like
Right.
the Lions Club donated a decent amount, and then if he has to match that, I don't
Right.
want
Right. We don't want to raise $20,000, then he feels obligated to donate
Right.
something crazy. Um, yeah. I mean, I think the policies, Tracy, I know you replied to the email. At least I believe it was you, right?
yes.
I think
Like
it
just
was-
saying that, right, like that it looked
Yeah,
looked
looks good,
good,
yeah.
yeah. Dave and Jamie, I don't know if you guys had a chance to review it, the paperwork, and if you had any thoughts.
Was that attached to an email? I actually did not see it.
It was an email. It was a couple of weeks ago, June 5th. Nicole sent it to all of us. It was it was a reply to the when we were looking for volunteers for the Bethany 250.
I'm taking a look.
I'm sending it to you again just so it'll pop to the top of your inbox.
Yeah, perfect.
I know for the Tom Dunn one, we're still waiting for final approval from the Board of Selectmen and the town attorney.
Mhm.
Did that ever come through? Okay.
Can you send that to me? Because I
Sure
can't
can.
find it.
Yep.
I remember looking at it when you sent it, but not, and thinking I'm gonna read that thoroughly later on, and honestly never got back to it, so.
I totally get it. I'm sending it to you too, so it'll pop
Thank
to the
you.
top. Yes. So I guess my wondering is, so I also agree. I think this would work and we could just add his name into it. But do we have to then take this for approval through,
I wanted to talk to you guys first and then I was gonna talk to Carol.
right, to see if they can get it?
Push,
Right.
because we need it. Like,
Right, if you have families, right, that
I
are,
have 3 families right now that are in desperate need.
right. Right. So it would make sense to me. They would try to get it through. I wonder when their next meeting is?
It's every
usually
other
the
week,
first.
right? The first and the third, is it?
Oh, are they still meeting every other week? Did they always meet every other week?
No, they were just the first.
First week?
But maybe now they're every other week.
But I noticed that they are doing it more often. so.
Yeah. Um,
I'll talk to Carol tomorrow about it and Leslie.
right.
So I don't know if it would help or not, or if it's necessary or not, but can I make an official motion to just add Tom Dunn's name to that
Mhm.
so that, and then present it to the board
Okay.
of selectmen?
Yeah, of course.
So
I will second that motion. So there's a motion on the table to just amend the policy and paperwork that Nicole had shared that we're currently reviewing to just add the Tom Dunn scholarship name in there where applicable. And then use this paperwork. So we would discard the old basketball only paperwork. And use this revised paperwork, policy and application to take to the Board of Selectmen for approval. Any additional discussion? All in favor? Aye. Dave, Jamie? Is Jamie still there? Jamie left, okay. I'll stop talking to her. It's very weird. Okay, yeah, I think that's perfect. The only other thing too, Nicole, is your email address in this one is the old at bethanyct.com. So
Okay.
that'll have to get changed now that you guys have swapped over. But no, I think it makes sense. One question I had that I didn't see specifically addressed in here, and we don't have to do anything with it. But is there a limit to how many times a family can apply, how
We
much,
had put a limit on the basketball one, so we might have to tweak that.
right? Like it's hard, I
Is it
just,
like a time limit
No, it was a money amount
yeah,
for a year.
right.
It was
I'm
like
just thinking-
10%.
within a year?
Right, I'm just saying, right, like if you
But then
have
like a
multiple
year.
children and you're applying for summer camp,
Right.
It's gonna be a lot of money.
I mean, it's right,
But we had put a cap on it, on the whole fund of what we could use for the year. So we
Right.
might have to
Oh, I
adjust
wonder-
that. I
maybe
don't know
that's
if
in
I
here.
might
Hold
have
on.
taken it out.
No,
If not, I can run them.
up to 10% annually may be allocated to participant scholarships.
Which is like only maybe $1,200. Right.
So maybe we want to increase that,
Yeah, we might want to do 20%.
okay,
20% would be like 2,000.
right. But I mean, if you're sending 2 kids to summer camp the whole summer, I mean, you're talking what?
4,000. But if we do that, we're gonna use up all
Right,
of
you'd
it.
wipe the fund, right?
Mhm.
So this isn't meant to like completely fund a family,
Right, unless we get
right? A ton more donations.
if
Okay,
we can go to a businesses and get something or.
right. Or maybe like potentially we run like some special events that are just going to this scholarship fund.
Fundraiser or something.
Right.
Football tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
There you go.
right, some of those
Right.
pieces, right? Okay,
So a family, let's say a family of 3, they could apply for all 3 children and they're awarded that, or are
No.
we going to consider other families in need?
They have to consider all the families and, you know,
Right.
they,
so each application is reviewed individually,
Mhm.
right? And the amount is determined based off of the need
right,
and how much is available for funding. Yeah,
so if it's 2,000 and there's 3 families, it might get divided, they might only get 500 out
right,
of the
That's it,
2,000.
Yeah,
Right.
because I would like that spread out to other families
Yeah.
instead of just one.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Okay, so in the fund use allocations, then the discussion is to increase from 10% up to 20% of the annual amount,
And what is that, 20%?
20% of whatever the fund balance is. So
So that
If
could,
it's 10,000,
there's
it's
10,000.
2,000,
Right.
how much is that?
2,000.
2,000 maximum?
Whatever, yeah, 10 or 20% of whatever is in the account
Yeah,
can be used annually.
Okay. And what is in the account now?
That I don't know.
probably about 1,200. I mean, 12,000.
12,000, okay.
Okay. So can I get a motion to increase in this paperwork, the fund use allocation up to 20% from 10% to 20% annually?
So move.
Can I get a second? Thank you. Any additional discussion? All in favor?
Wait, one thing.
Yep.
With the, is there something that says that 2,000 will be divided amongst those families in need?
Ba, 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 ba. 1 second, let me review it a little bit further for that.
Yeah, because I'm just not afraid, but I'm wondering, if a one family has 3 children, they're expecting it covered. That whole 20% or whatever the amount, that it's covered for them. But then if that's having other families do without, there has to be some kind of wording in the procedure saying,
Well,
not
I mean, I
that.
was thinking about that when I was looking at the application, because
Mhm.
there's a section where it says, are you applying for? And there are 2 checkboxes, full scholarship, 100% of program fee, or partial scholarship,
Right.
50% of program fee.
Yeah,
I'm wondering if you take out
That part.
maybe even that whole part, but certainly the 50% of program fee, because if it's kind of the expectation that you're gonna
Mhm.
get either 100% or
Right.
50%.
I think I
Then-
had highlighted that because, I don't know if I did there, but because originally it was only $150 fee we were covering.
Right, because it was just for basketball
Oh,
initially.
that's
So
right.
you
So
could,
maybe-
you could pay for a ton of kids' basketball.
This section either goes away or there's a statement, like Pat was saying, a statement right there about, availability of funds. There is I saw wording like that in the internal policies.
Yeah, and the
But maybe it
policies,
should be on the family application
Right.
too, that the determination, like the award granted depends on the family need, but it also depends heavily
On
on
what
the
we have.
weighing of other families and the availability of funds.
Mhm.
Right.
The
right,
weighing of other applicants or,
Right.
something.
yeah, it does.
I just want to put my 2 cents in. I think it's important, not even the family need. I mean, if multiple families apply, one family, it's not fair if one family's they have 3 kids and, even let's just make it 500 for a round number. They're getting 1,500 and, all these other families, it should be per family, I think. I think that's an important designation is that whatever the maximum is that we decide to set, it's based on the family, not, each kid in the family, because if you got a family with multiple kids, that's not fair to another family that they got, triple the amount.
Well, I mean, first of all, I don't think we're putting anything in here about maximum awarded. But second of all,
Wasn't that what the whole discussion's over if we're figuring out what each person would get? So that we kind of are indirectly.
I think we're talking about making sure the policies and procedures give that authority to the people who are looking at the applicants.
And each
Nicole,
applicant,
whoever
it
it is.
doesn't go based on a family, it goes by applicant. So if they have 3 kids, they have to fill out 3 applications.
Okay, but then we have the discretion of whoever's reviewing as the discretion to say, okay, hey, this family got this amount, we're moving
Right.
on. So we're not explaining in there how we're deciding, but that gives the discretion to whoever's deciding it, correct?
Right.
That's how I understand.
Mhm. Yeah, that's how I understand it as well. Um,
Under the internal document, 4.3 award guidelines must be revised, because that also says 50 and 100%.
Mhm.
On which document?
The internal,
Oh,
I
internal.
don't, so where do you see 50 or 100? I see may cover partial or full program registration fees.
internal department policies and procedures, section 4.3.
It says scholarship awards may cover up to 100% of program costs.
Right.
Right, but it could include up to
It could.
100%.
Yeah, if only one kid applies at
Oh,
Right, or if it's
If it's
basketball,
basketball.
it's right, 150.
150, yeah.
Right.
Okay,
So I think it could, right, like
Writing that
up
in there?
to, yeah.
okay,
Well, but
I-
I think then you need to specify that it's for basketball and not
right.
park and rec. Because
Well, but it's not saying specifically either way. It's just saying it up
And it's
to,
internal.
up to 100% of
Program
program cost. It doesn't
costs.
say,
But I agree
But it
with
will.
Tracy. to
no, but I'm
define-
thinking if I'm applying for summer camp, and I'm
But
thinking,
those
oh, I
are-
might get 100%.
Mhm.
I think the internal is for us.
yeah, this
anyways.
is internal.
Mhm,
Okay.
yeah.
So
I
we,
understand that, but you know how it is. People start interpreting things and all of a sudden now you're let things, so I've worked at Sikorsky
Yeah.
and procedures and all of a sudden it's.
But like a
Unclear
scholarship
and-
could cover up to 100%, right?
Because,
So,
because you can go to 1 week of camp and we can cover 100% of that week.
right, of $230, depending, right? So like, it can cover up to 100%. It doesn't mean that it's going to.
I guess if it's internal, and nobody else sees it, and then,
But then I would change may to could. I think that's the verbiage.
But may,
Instead of may,
May.
it could.
but may could, I mean, that means the same
Only the
thing.
other sentence, I think, right? Like, what are the difference?
Yeah,
Like it might,
may is like it will, it's like shall, will, right? Shall is
I guess, no.
mandatory and will, it's like, I mean,
No,
we
I
could-
do.
May, it's
It's
like
like a may-
maybe,
may-
maybe,
it
Yep,
might,
okay.
right?
maybe.
I do think in the application, right, where it says, are you applying for full or partial?
Mhm.
I do think there we need to adjust. I think you could ask, are they asking for a full scholarship or a partial scholarship? But I do think where it says partial scholarship 50%, we should reduce, like
Okay.
that should
Just
get cut out.
partial, right?
Are you looking for a full scholarship or a partial scholarship?
Okay,
I mean, I also wonder if there should be a statement about, not that, I don't think it has to be too specific, because like I said, I think the important thing is that we're leaving it so that the people who are evaluating can consider all the different factors, like how many different families applied, et cetera.
Right.
But we run a diaper bank, and we actually run 2 diaper banks, and one of them is intended to provide 100% of diaper need for the family for the month. The other one is intentionally, and there's language about it.
Right.
This is just a supplement. You're not like, don't expect to be getting, we just give them 50 diapers a month, which is nowhere near enough if you have a baby, right?
right,
And there's some language on there about that. So I don't, like, in this case, we're trying to make this work for programs that cost $150, and we might just do the full thing, and programs that are gonna be thousands of dollars, and so we're not going to. So I don't know if it's totally necessary, but I think on the application, if we take, maybe those check marks are there, but it doesn't say 100% and 50%, just
Right.
take the numbers out. But then maybe there's a statement there that also says that it depends on the availability of funds and other factors, and that, if you're applying for a scholarship on a bigger program or a larger scale program, the intention of the scholarship is not to
fully fund.
fully fund, it's to
Right.
supplement or something like that. I don't know that that's
Exactly,
necessary,
right.
I'm just.
Maybe we just put that some programs, it will only be supplemented.
Right. Yeah, maybe some cautionary.
AI suggestion is that we put partial amount determined based on need.
I would say need and
And available
availability.
funds. Yeah, I would
funds.
agree with that. Yeah. The other thing that they suggested was in the like optional, like what under the section where it's talking about income expectations, that that we define like gross
I
income.
thought we did somewhere.
Oh,
Um,
I'm almost positive.
that's
we
actually a
did.
really good point, because
Thought it was like dependent on how many.
so in the internal document, it does, it has a range
Oh,
per
so we have to
family.
add that into
Yeah. I'll put this back in an email
Okay.
to you. I like when the lights go off. At least this time of year, it's still light out, so
Yeah.
we're not actually in the dark. And then it also suggested,
you just mean adding the word either gross income or net income.
yeah,
right?
or like putting like estimated total household income annual before taxes. Like just to be like super concrete with it.
Gross parentheses before tax.
Taxes, right?
Yeah,
'Cause I
that
think
makes
people are
sense.
always like, wait, what's that one?
Because
Yeah.
it's hugely different. So
Yeah.
if some
Mhm.
families are giving you their gross income,
Right.
and others are giving you.
And I mean, I know they have to give you documentation as
Right.
well, but then they also, it also suggests adding like, is your family currently receiving any assistance, SNAP, free or reduced lunch?
right.
Mm.
Um,
To an income calculator document that I use every single day, right?
Yes.
You literally plug in household
Yeah,
size and
wonderful.
annual income, and it tells you what percentage of the federal poverty line and the state median income that they are.
That would be nice.
yeah,
That would be helpful.
that would actually be super helpful.
That's great.
Yeah,
I'll send it.
yeah. Okay. And then it just also suggests adding a line at the end that says like scholarships are awarded based on financial need, available funding, and program capacity.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
People play without AI.
Nothing good. Nothing good. Okay. Do you want me to make the changes right into it?
Up to you.
I don't care.
Make them and highlight them so that
Yeah,
she can look and consider closely
Right.
each change.
okay. All right, so we said partial scholarship. Where was that section? Amount determined based on need and available funding. Okay. And then,
Are you putting full?
yeah, right, because I do think it's important to know, like, are people looking for 100% of the cost to be covered, or are they just looking for like a little help with
Right.
it? Um,
I was gonna say, I was just thinking that, I was just thinking that.
But there's no harm in having it there, I guess.
I mean,
Right, I mean-
could we put, I mean, I don't know if we could put this with the exception of a full summer camp program. Because that we will not be able to do in full. Unless we do some serious fundraising.
I would clarify that, I would add that, make sure it's crystal clear.
Yeah, I mean, it says scholarship, I mean, it's like at the bottom, it says, I understand that scholarship funds are limited and that submission of this application does not guarantee an award. Scholarships are awarded based on financial need, available funding, and program capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm with you, right? I mean, like, you can't fund 100% of summer camp for a bunch of kids because the fund just doesn't have that kind of money in it.
Right.
Now, maybe someday it will.
But do you need to actually ask them if they want full or partial? I mean,
Um,
I've definitely filled some things out that say like, how much are you expecting or asking for?
right.
And I feel like that's a little bit helpful because
Right.
I can
I mean-
imagine if you're reviewing it, you're like, oh, these people are asking for $200. Okay. Or
Right, it's a little bit
they're asking for
easier.
1,000.
Right.
I can't do that, but I can give them 200.
I
Right.
know there's a family that.
I don't think it's
needs
the
full summer,
necessary section at all,
Right.
but it might.
which is tough.
Right. But I think too, right? So for some of these families that are looking, and I'm sure that there are families that are looking for like full summer camp, like they may have to look at other options.
Right. Right.
Like until or unless we're able to get to a place where we have a significant fund created.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Any other?
I see your brain
I'm trying to
thinking.
think how to. Are you familiar with Care for Kids?
Yeah.
Do
we
you,
talked
are
about
you
that.
capable of accepting it at all? Payments
I
from
don't
Care
think,
for
I
Kids
don't
from the
think we're set
state?
up yet for
We're
that.
not, and I think it takes a little while, right?
Everything about it takes a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's like what most programs would do is say, I can't, we don't have that much available via scholarship, but I'll assist you in applying for Care for Kids.
Right.
You're required to do that if you're a licensed program.
Yes, we are.
But I don't know whether you can get set up if you're not a licensed program.
I think I talked to the woman, she said you could. Because we're a municipality.
Mhm. And they work directly with finance, so it's not unpaid. I don't know, that's complicated, but I'm just thinking,
You have to pass a health and safety inspection by the OEC licensing program in order to
that makes sense.
accept Care for Kids.
That's
According
the
to AI.
benefits of licensing, guys. I'll just bring it
That's
up again,
it.
even though we haven't
Yeah.
brought it up in many
have we
months.
decided to, has it been decided to do or not do that?
So we did talk a ton about it last year. And then honestly, we were at a little bit of an impasse because it was like Paula was out and what was his name? Sal was in, and then Sal was out, and Carol was in, and we were kind of waiting until like there was some direction from the board because there will be some challenges to getting licensed. Honestly, I think the biggest challenge is going to be that I don't think the playground at the school will pass inspection. It's broken. They're broken.
I mean, that's the thing. I don't want to go off on a little tirade here.
No,
But that's the thing is like people are afraid of licensing because things have to get fixed, but those
Right.
are things that should get fixed.
Well, I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with you at all. The problem is that like we don't own those things.
Yeah,
Right.
that is tricky. I've dealt with
Yeah.
that too. I don't
Yeah.
own 2 of my sites.
Right.
I think they also said that back parking lot would have to be completely fenced in.
Which also makes sense. Yeah. Yeah.
Playground is not required for a licensed space, just outdoor spaces.
Right. But if that doesn't pass inspection, then they could never use it.
Right. Yep.
Right.
Yeah. No, I think
I also think that that might cause a problem for the school. If it was inspected and didn't pass.
it's a good point. And all of our kids play on that playground every day.
Every day. I do think that that could create an issue because like we have 2 schools in Watertown that have to have the playground surface repaired this summer, or we will have to close them in the fall when school reopens. So like, yep.
This is the playground I've fundraised for 20-some years.
Yeah, probably.
Do you want to do it again?
No.
Yeah. And that surfacing is like, it's really expensive. I mean, you're probably talking 40 plus and having it up.
If not more.
Like it's
I think we
expensive.
just got pricing at the J and it was outrageous.
Yeah, I mean, it depends, right? Like the size of, can it just be patched? Does it have to be completely,
Right.
like, it's not cheap. So I mean, I'm not opposed. I have never been opposed, right, to the licensing piece. I think that it's got to be something that like we engage in dialogue with the Board of Selectmen about. But there are some benefits because then we could accept Care for Kids to help families in town who financially need that piece. You know, I mean,
As we keep talking about this, though, one point that's got to be brought up is the cost of everything. As we keep jacking the cost of this up, we also have to remember people specifically voted. The wording of the question was very specific. It was unlicensed, and nobody is going to be okay with the price of everything skyrocketing because basically we have to be self-sufficient, and that's going to be a big problem. So unless we found a way to get free money somewhere, if there was a grant, that'd be a different story, I think. But I mean, you got to be mindful of the cost of all of this each time we talk about it.
but we have talked at length about the fact that there really is not a significant additional cost associated with getting licensed.
But what you just said there was, so we have to fix the playgrounds, we have to add this fencing, right? These were all
We
things have to
we
happen.
don't ground because we don't own the playground. So we could elect to not include that in the site visit for licensing, but that would mean that then the camp couldn't use that playground. They might require fencing. That could be a thing. But like I know initially you had said, right, that it was going to be a significant cost because we were going to have all this extra paperwork and a nurse and all those things. And those are not requirements, some of those pieces. And we're already, right, we're already meeting 90% of the requirements for paperwork and all of those pieces because it's the right thing to do and keeps us protected as the commission, Nicole protected as the director, and our children protected because we're actually doing those things anyway.
Right. But I mean, we have to present this as an entire package. So if we're going to do this, we have to know what the overall cost will be, because every time we've presented it, the cost of these items that we would have to repair, we'd have to know what they are. Like we can't just say, well, it'll be good, but like let's cut this playground out or let's not do this or let's not do that. So I mean, you have to present it as a final work product like that encompasses all of the data, and all of the pricing. So, we can't pick and choose. Like it has to be, hey, this is going to be the cost of license.
Right, and I think where we kind of left it in my memory is that, we were bringing Nicole in and Nicole was very focused on getting the procedures, getting really good, solid programs that we think
Right.
would meet all the most important pieces of what licensing requires. And so we felt comfortable with that and tabling the licensing question for then, right? But I agree, Dave, I remember us talking that we would have to kind of get our best estimates of what the things cost. But at that time, we didn't have a nurse, and now we do. So we know the exact cost and we're already spending it.
Right.
So I think at some point, if we're talking about licensing again, you're right, we do have to think about that. But there are tons and tons of programs that are licensed and don't cost more to families. In fact, most of them end up costing less. But I don't know how it would work with a town, the municipality being responsible financially versus the Parks and Rec department. So we'd have to look into those
Right.
things.
And I think, right, like at the end of the day, it has to be something that like the board of select people is on board with. Like,
Yeah, which I don't think we ever brought it to them because we as a commission were on the same page about it, which is fine. And, we all agreed we
Right.
could table it, but
but I also think too, like I mean,
we wanted a
right, there was
commission.
rapid turnover there
Board of
too.
Selectmen,
Yeah.
I mean, here's another thought though. Honestly, everybody, we have to consider like, look how much controversy it was in this town to just have an aftercare program, right? Things aren't broken. Let's not fix things that aren't broken at this point. Like, how many more meetings are we going to have? Will we have like a war with the town? Because I mean, essentially, look at the controversy to bring in just aftercare, right? I mean, that was a huge issue. So I
But
mean,
that was,
things are going smoothly. I don't know why we always have to throw a monkey wrench in the system. People have voted that they really aren't interested in it at this point. They're really not. I mean, if it was free, sure, but I
I,
mean, as we keep bringing these things up, people are going to start to say, hey, how much is this going to cost? And, if we don't have a definitive number, like not a maybe, a definitive, and it's not going to jack up people's taxes, people are going to have a problem with it. I mean, or if it's not jacking taxes up, they'd have no problem with it. And I think that's the big thing. But I mean, we can't keep doing this like where we're going to go back. And I mean, we already have people potentially trying to cut the programs we have. They don't like them. So, well, let's face it, there was talk that there were certain people who didn't like certain programs. So now that things are going smoothly, I just don't know why we have to keep bringing it up. Things are going smooth. Let's let things run for a few years. And if there's a licensing requirement that's actually a requirement, then we comply with it. But until it's something that has to be complied with, I don't understand the benefit of just keeping, we're just going to kind of keep creating waves, unless it's free. If we could come up with a number so it's free, then that's fine. That's great. But, I don't think that's going to be the case.
The benefit is to be able to get some of this care for kids or whatever, so that families can afford to have care or use the programming here. So, I mean,
I
that's,
think that's a small benefit in comparison to how much money the town would probably spend. Unless we have a real way of saying, hey, it's not going to cost us for the playground, it's not going to cost us for all these additional things, that's going to be factored in. So to get additional funding, or if there's a grant, if there's grant money, then I think that's the other alternative, which maybe there is, but.
tons of grants that are available to licensed programs and not available to unlicensed programs. But I'm not suggesting we look into licensing right now. That's not why I brought it up.
Maybe we can start the analysis.
Well, I mean, this is where we were several months ago when we stopped talking about it. Like, Dave, if you want to do the analysis, go ahead, bring us some estimates. I think that's great.
Well, I don't care if it's licensed. That's the thing. Like, I'm not the one who's pushing for the licensing because people kind of already voted that they were good with it not being licensed.
Understand that vote, because the reason there was a whole lot of objection to that was because a lot of people thought we should not open a program that is not licensed. That's how I understood a lot of the objection. And yes, in the end, overwhelmingly, the town voted that we could open an unlicensed program. And I feel good about that. I, advocated for the vote to go that way. And that's great. And I feel good that we're running a solid program at this, that Nicole's running a solid program at this point, and the commission is backing her up and keeping her accountable, and everything's going really well. I agree with you, Dave. I'm not trying to.
Analysis should start really of what is required.
Absolutely. I don't want to disagree with you on that. I
Dave,
just don't know exactly what you
Mhm.
mean by analysis. Like, what are we going to do? I mean, we could look at the regulations, and I think we tried to do that. We started to.
Mhm.
We could look at the regulations and say, well, what does that mean for us and what would that cost?
Exactly. Mhm.
I mean, I thought we started that and then people weren't interested in continuing that.
Yeah, I know that I talked to someone about, and the fencing was one of the things that came up.
So here's what I will say. I agree with you. I think that we had several kind of like false starts with the looking into the licensing, and some of that was right because we were overwhelmed initially with just digging out from everything and trying to get things in place, despite licensing, right? So we certainly reviewed those pieces and put in the things that we felt like we could without going through the licensing process. I wholeheartedly agree. I also interpreted the vote to mean that, right, there was a large contingent of town folks who felt like the program should not open unless licensed. But there was also a large group who said, nope, we have confidence in the commission and in the new director to be able to run a safe program, whether they are licensed or not. And I think a lot of that also had to do with the number of people in town who rely on this program and need it for childcare. I don't think that there are people who would necessarily be opposed to licensing, unless it was going to make the program financially unattainable. And I don't believe that that is the case. I think that there are improvements that would likely be required, but also might be beneficial anyway, right? Like there was not fencing at Vets Park.
Right.
There is now fencing there. I don't think anybody would say that that doesn't make the park safer for children who are playing there. And that probably would have come out of the licensing piece anyway, but was also a piece that you were like, I am not comfortable taking kids there unless there is a fence that's going to keep kids out of the parking lot.
Right.
Right. I mean, there's some, right. Are there like railroad ties or something, right? Back here, but right. They might require a fence. I mean, my school playground in Watertown is not fully fenced and there's a parking lot there. So I think it may depend. It might also depend on the age of the kids too.
It was a maybe.
Right. So I think it's something that, again, the commission could choose to look at. I think if it's something that we want to explore, I think the first step is seeing what the Board of Select people is interested in, because they're going to also financially be on the hook for those pieces. Also, our commission expires at the end of this month. So this also may be work that whoever continues on the new commission has to decide if they're going to pick up the ball and run with it or not. So I think, at this point, those are the two logical next steps for me, is that it's a conversation with Carol specifically, right? Because I do feel like she was pretty outspoken about feeling like it needed to be licensed at the time. So I think it would be a conversation with her and then something for the next commission to decide. Because in the 6 days that we have left, I don't think we're going to get it licensed. I think we did pretty good work in the time that we have been together. Okay. I
think we still have a motion on the table.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was gonna go back actually to the scholarship application. Did you have something else that you wanted to say though?
Yes,
Yeah.
on the scholarship policies for participants. Just for clarification for me, it says that the scholarship is so they can afford participation in programs, park and rec, in all programs. Okay, so just clear, and then also on proof of income, not proof of income, proof of residency. Can we add current, like utility bills, or because it doesn't say any current information? Someone may pull out something that was a utility bill that was a year old and say, look, I was a Bethany resident or something, you know what I mean? Just to avoid argument, let's put it that way.
Can we get that information in tax office? Like that they're residents or?
No, you can't, no, that's private information.
What, somebody's tax bill? No, it's not. I can go look, if I know your name, I can go look up your tax bill if you owe anything.
Wow.
You can do it.
Well, I'm gonna talk to tax collector and get my name off of that list.
It's every town.
We could
I've
put
looked up
UI,
every time.
most
Wow.
places do UI.
I would just
Usually it does say a current.
To
Just say-
current
Yeah.
to,
It's acceptable documentation includes to say, acceptable current documentation or something of that
Mhm.
nature.
UI and. something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
UI or.
Your
okay.
utility bill, lease agreement, so it has to be current, let's put it that way.
Right.
It can't come with something that's 6 months older.
Right. I feel like we have proposed a fair number of changes to the document.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, and Nicole will look to you for a little bit of feedback on this. Like, is this something that you need because you want to be able to enact it? Like, okay. So then, you have a device. If I share this electronically, can people pull it up? Okay.
Could you bring it up on the board?
Girl, that's tech. Like, we're not that savvy.
Oh,
You don't flash drive, do you?
Oh.
I'll be right back.
Dave, I'm sharing it with you too. Tracy,
I
Pat,
just
and
want to
Lee.
make things crystal
Can
clear.
I just ask you for clarification on the motion that's on the table? It's actually about the limit of how much is spent from the scholarship fund each year.
So that was the initial one, yeah,
And
which was
20%.
20%. We had
You
talked
wanted
about
to
that,
Increase it to
20%. But then I feel like we also started talking about 12 other changes.
Yeah. And then
Um,
add Tom Dunn's.
yeah, we added his name.
Yeah.
Is that, that's the table? Okay.
I shared it with you through Google.
Let's look at it on.
Let's see if I have access to that.
Before
Yeah.
the minutes.
Do you want to take my laptop? You can look at it on this. With your multiple phones.
I got three. You want?
So many.
This is my work phone, this is my personal phone, and this is the call out. Right now, because I have. I'm not supposed to.
That is not fun for you.
It's really not.
No, not like any part of that for you. Okay, so if you guys could all look at that document first, that's the actual scholarship
The
application.
Tom Dunn scholarship
Yeah.
application, yep.
And let's just see if we want to make.
I still get the hard copy. Want me to go?
I like that
Want me to
limited
make
scholarship
copies of the hard
funds.
copy? Would it be easier?
Well, I edited.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I
Okay.
edited it.
What happens if if they check a full scholarship
Mhm.
and they want it for the summer program,
Mhm.
they are entitled to full 100%.
No.
Nope, they're not
No.
entitled to anything. They can ask.
Well, I mean,
I would move,
are they
I would-
expecting that though?
No, but it says, if you read all the way through, it says like dependent on how much we have, dependent on.
can we, back on that, can we just take off 100%
Yeah.
program fee? It still have the checkbox for full scholarship, but.
Yeah, and just take 100%, yes.
And then the.
You want to delete it right in there?
Yeah,
Might still, yeah.
Mhm.
and then the statement that you put in parentheses after the partial, can we just put that as like a sentence after that?
Mhm.
It says like final awarded amount will be determined based on.
Yep, can we put it, what's the bold, what's it say, program something?
Program information.
Are you applying for a full scholarship, partial?
Yeah, just full scholarship partial and then the sentence underneath, as you said,
Mhm.
amount determined based on need.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Me too.
I would say like amount awarded will be determined based on.
Dave,
Yes.
I have mail here for you. It's an advertisement from Magician. Do you want me to save it or discard it?
Wait, what is it? Mail?
Yeah.
This annual.
You can throw it out. I'm good.
that goes in there now.
Thank you.
Under financial.
It may not, I thought I had put something in there, but maybe it didn't.
Oh, it says annual before taxes.
Was an annual comma before taxes, so.
Can we
Yeah,
add the
you
word
could add
gross
gross,
also?
100%,
Just all
yeah.
those words mean the same thing,
Yeah,
but.
but yeah.
But
But people
clear.
will be like,
Make
wait,
it
what's
clear.
gross mean before taxes or after? Yes.
Gross annual.
Yeah. Let's just say these are lesson learned from procedures that I wrote
Mhm.
on a company.
Nicole, what's your, this is not the right email, BethanyCT.gov.
I will go to mine.
right, BethanyCT.gov, that's,
Oh, that's it,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. So I was like, I hope that's the right one, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So guaranteed in award, love it. Available funding.
We're becoming pros
Mhm.
at policy writing.
Yes. Who knew that was a class we needed to take?
I love it, I love it, I love where you are, you know,
Any thoughts?
I think it's good.
Okay.
We want to try to figure out how to fit that office use only section on the same page though.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we wanted it on a separate page,
You could just leave it.
right? Like then the application is together and then that page is just like its own in the office.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't see any problem with it being the same page because you're not going to give the application back to the family.
Right.
That is true, right?
and it's
You
all in
don't want
one.
it
How
to
many
get
pages,
separated
how many
from,
pages is it?
3.
but that third one is just the
Yeah.
for office use.
Well,
So just change your margins?
all
Yeah,
those
I was gonna
lines.
say, let me play with the margins.
Yeah.
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 See the 3,
Mhm.
the date, get rid of those. You can move it up.
Maybe instead of full scholarship and partial scholarship and declined, it just says
Amount
like,
awarded.
accepted or denied and then amount awarded.
Yeah, that's good.
That works.
What do you want me to put?
Change one of those.
We
to
have many
accepted,
plans here.
or if there's a better word than accepted, I don't know, but.
No, that's
And then take, oh, please just did,
accepted, denied,
Right?
accepted, no.
and then take out partial scholarship, that whole line. And then it's gonna say amount awarded, like that's where you would indicate whether it's full or
Right.
partial.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Or like the specific dollar amount.
Yeah.
Mhm. Right, if changed.
And that'd be good for
Yeah.
auditing purposes if she
Mhm.
has to add it up quickly, yeah.
You know, my dairy's picture is zoomed in color.
I was wondering that
Never
last
noticed that
time.
before,
Yeah,
yeah.
I didn't notice
It's
it.
weird, right?
All right, you're gonna play with the margins.
Yeah.
'cause I'm not gonna.
That guy there looks like Richard Nixon.
Yes.
Do you want this back now?
Yeah, all right, I'll play with the margins on that one.
Page.
Okay, you can play the margin.
Yeah, okay, so then I think the motion on the table is, on page 7. Can we, are you right? Can we get a motion to approve the scholarship application only? That would be the only document that we would be approving at this juncture.
So, nope. Wait, I'm putting you down, but I'll second it.
Okay, so we have a motion, we have a second. Any additional discussion? Okay, all in favor? Okay, so then this is approved and it is onto 2 pages, so that's delightful.
Nice.
Okay, so that I'm Nicole gonna share. Does it come through to your Bethany if I share it with you as a Google Doc?
Yeah.
To your Bethany email. Okay, I wasn't sure if it ever like really came through or not, or because that's why I always share it with your.
Yeah, I have,
work
it
and your
asked,
other-
I just asked you to sign it.
Okay. Okay. So then the next one that we need to look at is the scholarship policies. We're here for girl. Internal buy for Parks and Recreation. This is the program donation.
The internal or external?
Internal scholarship policies.
Okay.
Do we need Tom Dunn in this one? Do we need his name in that one?
I think we should have his name on anything.
Consistent.
Even if we just throw it on the top, it's gotta be somewhere.
Parks and Recreation, Tom Dunn Program Fund,
Mhm.
Tom Dunn Scholarship.
Yeah, fun.
Okay. I'm gonna share this with everybody. Nicole.
He's on for legal help.
No.
I don't want that. I won't open it. I
Oh.
don't know where it goes. Go here, and I don't get nothing.
Okay, I just shared this with everybody so that you have it, like the one that we're editing.
Really?
Let me see if it comes up on here.
Okay, so this was the one where we already said we're gonna do up to 20% annually allocated to participant scholarships.
Yeah. For number 2, fund overview. Why do we have a fund start date? What is that used for?
I think that was the date that the bank account was initially opened, right? Or the budget
Check was
line.
given.
Yeah,
Just for historical
right.
donations.
Recreation program donation.
Are you still using the fund for capital purchases and special rec projects or just for scholarships?
Old Tom wanted it for both, but the likelihood of us using it for program things is minimal.
Okay. But I like the flexibility being in there, because let's say
What
we
if,
have,
Right,
we wanna buy a fence and there aren't that many needy families and
Right.
there's.
money there.
We're not doing anything about labor. Is it a hazard?
I was gonna get the inspection license for the state, and
Mm.
I'm like, maybe I should wait. Just then.
It's a really good question, Tracy, for the Board of Ed.
Yeah, I mean. No, kids were. Great. Now we have. It's doing the election.
Yeah,
And so we had one. And it's like $40. Wow. We had. People go crazy. Right on the fire truck, riding in a police car.
yeah.
Breakfast with one of the favorite kindergarten teachers. And, you know, businesses donated stuff and they had great help, but, we had Gil Smith, I think, came in with the MC. And yeah, it was a crazy night, but it was a long time ago, 20 years ago.
Wow.
Less than that, it was 29, I think it was in 6th grade.
Yeah.
Is it normal for a scholarship fund to be allowed for capital purchases
So I think that's what
or program?
Nicole was saying, that
enhancements?
That's what
Tom
Tom,
said that it should be, and he's establishing this fund, so.
But that we probably would use it for that, but there's still that flexibility of having that in there if we needed to. That's what I was just asking about.
Yeah,
there also might be like a programming need that is for a child. That,
Right.
you know,
Like
so
if you
like,
had to purchase like something
something
for a
for-
kid to come.
right,
Right.
Upgrade a ramp or something
Right.
for a child who has a
Right.
specific need, and that's considered a capital purchase.
okay, but under, regular summer program, or that wouldn't fall under that? I mean, if there's a child, I mean, if we don't have handicap access to that stuff, we would use scholarship fund instead of having
if we didn't have the money, possibly.
the town. Well, no, I'm just,
Yeah.
because I always thought scholarship funds were strictly for scholarships and not for capital expenditures.
But I think it's also what the owner,
Right. Wanted.
Okay,
Right.
I mean, the attorney may come back to us and say you can't do that.
Yeah.
Right.
You
Because
don't know.
this still has to go through.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm just playing,
Right. So the internal scholarship policies document
yeah,
any other edits? Again, we added his name specifically in there and we increased the fund use allocation to 20% annually. Otherwise, it's the same. Any other suggested? And take a minute if you guys need to like finish looking through
I
it.
have a question about the household size maximum annual income graph that's there.
Mhm.
And it says the scholarship applicants must meet the following household income guidelines. So actually, I have a couple questions about that. Where is this from?
I think I either got it for K or I got it off the web also, the state website.
Because the federal poverty line is like ridiculously low, and lots of people who are at 200 and 250% of the poverty line are still, in my mind, in poverty. And I'm not talking about people in, living paycheck to paycheck and struggling. Like that's 500 or 600 times the federal poverty line. So if this is the federal poverty line, and I guess that gets to my second question, is this saying that someone who doesn't meet those guidelines can't have the money, can't have any money, even if there's nobody else applying? I mean, that's fine if that's the policy for this. I'm just wondering if that's intentional. If like two families apply, they both don't meet this, they're just above it or something. Do you want to make it, okay, then we don't give any money out that for that program or for that year? Or do you want it to say,
I thought though, hold on, I thought that there was something in here that addressed.
well, they'll say the Parks and Rec director may recommend adjustments to the income thresholds based on current economic conditions and available funding. So I guess that does say,
Right. That you could.
it just that then says the Park and Rec director could then contradict this requirement that we've said is a requirement. So my question is, do we say that's a requirement if we think we
I think it's more, maybe we change the wording as a baseline. It's
Yeah.
more of a baseline, right?
Yeah,
And it's the maximum gross income, right?
yeah, that's what we've said on the
Yeah,
application.
yeah.
So it has to
But
be-
we have to have kind of
Good
something to
point.
go
We have
off
to
of,
check.
right?
Yeah. And I think that's something to check is whether that chart that you
Is up
got
to
was
date.
considering is up to date, is based on state median income, which is way higher and more of a reasonable threshold.
Okay.
And is based on gross income, because if it's not, then
So for a family of three, the 200% FPG is 54,640.
for a family of three.
I change it to 54,640.
What's in there now?
53.
53.
So it's changed.
But it says 1 to 3.
But I also
mean, the
did that,
FPD
right.
goes by every single number. If it's a
Right.
family of 2, it's a different
Right.
number than.
Oh, does
Right.
it?
And I think it goes, doesn't it go up to 5 or more?
There's like millions of levels, so I don't know.
Yeah, so federal poverty
back.
guidelines for 2026, the chart is a family of 2, 43,280, family of 3, 54,640, family of 4, 66,000, family of 5, 77,360, 6 is 88,720, 7 is 100,080, 8 is 111,440.
I thought I remembered the 111 number.
Right. So I mean, we could clip that out,
That's a good
Or, I
idea.
mean, I would recommend we do state median income instead,
right?
because that's the whole country. And the
Right.
cost of living in Connecticut.
Right,
is
it's much
way
higher.
than-
What is that?
I don't know, but we can Google it.
Say what,
Yeah.
what am I putting in again? State.
State
State
median
median
income.
income.
So it has to be below the state median income?
Or
Yeah, or I mean, maybe there's wording, like you said, maybe there's wording we put here that's not
The
like you
baseline.
have to be, but something like generally we use the state median income detailed below as a
Right.
guide to whether.
But like the state median income for a family of two is $104,000.
Yeah, so honestly, like it depends how you want to use it and how much we think there will be need for it. But do you want the policies to cut people out automatically, or do we want the policies to say, listen, we're not going to give it to people who make more than that. But under that, we're not necessarily going to give it either. We're going to determine based on need. I mean, I don't,
I think that is determining it based on need, though. You got to set a number. Otherwise we always say the number's going to fluctuate. We have to set a number and just kind of stick to a number and set a standard. I mean, you have to. Like you can't just say, well, we're going to kind of do it this way one day, we're going to do it this way. You set a number and you stick to the number. I mean, that's the fair way to do it. And if you're above the number, you're above the number. I mean, that's what it is.
I agree. I think we're just talking about what that number is.
Right, whether it's the medium state or the countries.
And we had it as what? The poverty line times two? What were we saying it before? We said like 54,000?
The federal poverty line, right?
Yeah. Set it
It's
at,
a-
we had it at 53 something, right? Is that what we just had it at?
53,000 for families of one to
Right.
three.
Just leave it at 53, or if you want to go up a little, 54.
Say that 50.
Well, it's 56 now, wasn't it?
Yeah, so
Currently.
care for kids, if we wanted to use that as a potential guideline, right? Care for kids uses 60% of the SMI, the state median.
Oh, and how much is that?
So for a family of two, it's 62,460. For a family of three, it's 77,157. For a family of four, it's 91,854.
And let's be honest, if you're making $62,000 and you have,
Right, a kid.
Bunch of kids.
Right.
you're not affording anything.
No.
I would pluck that to the calculations and use those numbers. What do you
I mean,
think?
like, that's not a bad
I mean, the other reason I'm
Mhm.
saying,
standard.
I agree that we have to have a number, but make that higher because Bethany
Right,
has less than 3% of people
who are living.
in living technically in poverty.
Right,
So I just think keep it more open because there are families,
right,
like keep it a little higher. I don't know if
right.
that possibly would be a good framework. Unless we really just want to save the scholarship for families who are very, very in need, and that's okay too. But if we want it to be,
I think it should be for families very in need, not people who are just kind of like, yeah, this would make it easier. Because everybody wants it to be a little easier. It should be for the people who are truly in need. And you're right, there aren't that many here, but that's who it should be for, is the people who are actually in need. Not just, well, this one would be easier for them if they got this scholarship. I mean, that's literally everybody. So it should be for the people in need. That's my
there's a middle there though is the problem.
Right.
And if we really say, if we're cutting it at the federal poverty line, we're not going to use this money. At all.
I mean, the federal poverty line is, yeah. So once you're on care for kids, you can stay eligible up until you get to 85%. So between 65% and 85%. If we wanted to make it a little bit broader, right? A family of two is 88,486.
I think maybe we're overthinking it. Maybe we just say like the guidelines surrounding the state median income are used.
Right.
To
And that
make these
we're the ones,
overrides.
Right, and they
whoever's
do
chosen
change all the
to
time,
pick.
so maybe we don't even put them in, but
Right.
maybe we just say like.
Those can be found
Right.
here and link
Right.
the state website.
Right, the care for kids. Okay, so that section is, hold on.
So what are we gonna do with that household, that range?
Well,
We're not gonna really put a range, right? We're just gonna put like based on Connecticut's or whatever.
right, so underneath the eligibility criteria, so section 4.1, it says meet the following household income guidelines, and then there's the chart with the
Mhm.
median. So we could take that out and then just say demonstrate financial need.
Based on what? But isn't that gonna be tough on the person trying to calculate that? That pulls this procedure and say, okay, where do I find that data? How do I calculate it? How do I determine the need?
So I don't think that will be hard because literally you just go on Google and see what the current.
Yeah,
So we could say demonstrate financial need in accordance with current state median income guidelines.
Yeah, that feels good to me.
Everybody good with that? Demonstrate financial need in accordance with current state median income guidelines.
That's fine.
I'm gonna take out that whole little chart and the last bullet.
I worked really hard on that.
Just kidding. You made all the lines disappear. It didn't look lovely. And so, okay, demonstrate financial need, and then the park and rec director may recommend adjustments to income thresholds based on current economic conditions and available funding.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other for internal scholarship policies suggested edits or tweaks?
Mhm.
Okay. So then can I get a motion to approve the internal scholarship policies as adjusted?
So moved.
A second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Okay. Last one is, I know I'm getting low too. Last one is the Park and Rec scholarship policies for participants.
Do you need to send that or?
I'm sending it right now. I
Okay.
didn't want to get it mixed in with
Yeah.
everything. Dave.
I don't know if there's another one here. Let me see.
That's in the window. So it's usable.
Dave and
Oh, wow.
Tracy.
See if the, is that a power bar?
It
looks like it.
There's one right in the wall right behind you.
Yeah, I can't reach that.
Oh,
on the table, but maybe.
Got
like
it,
this.
but maybe with that.
There's not another. Now.
It's like way over here.
I'm gonna put you in the corner because you were naughty.
Time out.
Okay,
Time.
Park and Rec Financial Assistance Program, but we're gonna call this the Park.
I'm done.
We call it.
Oh, will you make it? Ooh, that's gotta be close.
Let's sit back a little bit.
I'd say we could move this whole table, but
That's a little.
it feels heavy.
Okay, I'm good.
So we're looking at the participants.
How did you send it with them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 3, proof of residency, we're gonna add current.
Yeah.
Current.
Mhm.
And proof of residency. With some bills, UI. And tax.
So acceptable documentation includes current utility bill, lease agreement, property tax statement, other official document showing a Bethany address.
Mhm.
Under lease, I'm gonna also say mortgage.
Mhm.
This is just me being,
No, do it.
above application deadlines, can you move that sentence up to the next, up above number 4? And with a bullet.
Yeah, it's a hanger, yeah. Yep.
A hanger.
Maybe a mark big thing. Just need to add a margin right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sometimes too, when you do it more and then switch it over.
Yeah, it gets
all
funky.
funky.
Yeah.
I had that problem today.
I also,
So you're willing for application deadlines, you're willing to process a application, have that completed 2 weeks before our program starts, because you said whenever possible. You would like the application submitted 2 weeks prior, whenever possible, so you're willing to hustle and get that approved prior, like a week or 2 days before the program starts?
I would say let's take out the words whatever. possible.
Yes.
Because you do say at least,
Right.
so there's a teeny bit of wiggle room
Yeah.
for like
Yeah, because
somebody who submits
whenever,
it, but if you take out whenever
Possible, right? All of a sudden someone say, oh,
And they
pay
can't.
before, here you go, Nicole.
Like the person that was trying to register on Sunday
Yeah.
for camp for Monday.
It wasn't me. This time I'm innocent. Okay, so scholarship name, we're officially calling it the Bethany Parks and Recreation Tom Dunn Scholarship.
Yes.
Okay, so I just want to make sure I
Mhm.
change that name. Bethany Parks and Recreation Tom Dunn Scholarship Program.
I don't know if Dave, did you get the text alert?
Since the finance director is reviewing these applications and we have 2 weeks prior, that's going to be enough time for Leslie to approve it 2 weeks before the start of a program?
She has to do that? Where is that?
Yeah, scholarships applications will be reviewed by the review and selection process. Down below after
Well, we
application.
did not get a text alert. Is it like regular text message, or is there supposed to be like an like an app, like my rec?
Sure is,
No,
especially for
Well,
Leslie.
come
you
to
know,
your phone from my
it
rec
depends
from
if
us.
it's budget time of that year or whenever, it just,
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't, the reason that the finance director has to sign off on it is more so that there's two people looking at it.
Yeah.
right?
mhm.
So it's not just you making all these decisions. Cause it's, the money's allocated, so she doesn't have to do any sort of
Right.
financial analysis or
Right.
in the budget or anything. But that's a good point, but it's gotta be two people,
I understand that, so instead of 2 weeks
She's saying
prior,
like a month.
Oh,
instead of 2 weeks prior, maybe stretch it out a little bit longer. Parents need to plan a little bit, right?
Question.
So I.
In the scholarship policies, it says that you have to fill out like a statement of need,
mhm.
which is on the application. That section is there, but then it also says how participation in the program will benefit the participant, but that section is not on the application. Do we?
Well, it's not, I took that to mean your brief paragraph under statement of need has to
Okay.
include those two details. Why financial assistance is being requested and how participation will benefit.
So I think that we should add that on the application.
Yeah,
How
good
will participation benefit your child?
I would put both of those questions. The first one being why.
Yeah, so it says, please include any financial challenges, special circumstances, or other factors you would like us to consider. How will participation benefit your child?
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, see, and then in the incomplete application, so you indicate that if all documentation is missing, it will not be considered to all materials are received. Now you're going 2 weeks prior, you're giving Leslie not enough time to review. Now you're telling parents, oh, okay, get your once you get your documents, then we'll review. It just seems we're cutting the deadline.
But to me, that cuts the other way, like parents, it's not considered complete, and maybe there's better wording, but
Yeah,
it's not considered complete until we have all the documents, and it has to be complete at least 2 weeks ahead. So it's not within those 2 weeks,
What-
it's still
but
collecting
that's not what
documents.
it's saying. That's
Yeah,
not what it's
so how can
saying.
we say that better?
Yeah. That's not, I would indicate that for the 2 weeks, a complete application under application deadlines shall be submitted at least 2 weeks prior to the start of the requested program,
Mhm.
or fully completed application or something of that nature.
Or complete scholarship applications, parentheses, including all documentation,
Mhm.
should be at least 2 weeks prior to the start of the requested program.
Mhm.
Okay.
I don't think 2 weeks is enough time. I really don't, for Nicole to review and Leslie.
Well, we'll have to review it together. I mean, it's not gonna be like.
Yeah, if you and Leslie get 5 minutes together.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the program, whether that's enough
The
time or not.
program, how many
Remember, this
applications?
was designed originally for
The Tom Dunn Scholarship.
hoops, just
Right,
hoops.
just hoops.
But if it could be used now for bigger
Anything,
things.
yeah.
But it could also still be used for hoops or for registration into a kids yoga class.
You're making a stack of applications.
I mean, I've had 3 requests in a year. And one of them's not a Bethany resident.
Yeah, but,
Well, but I mean, yeah, confused. If you know more timely, you just change what it says.
that's what I'm thinking. It's
But,
it's 3
Yeah,
weeks.
so that's 2 weeks, I mean, that is enough,
In the internal policies, didn't it say that it was going to be reviewed? It does. Will be reviewed by the director, the manager, and the finance director.
Mhm.
So we just need to make sure that we're consistent across. So you and Leslie, you, Mike and Leslie.
Let's just do Leslie and I.
Okay. Park and Rec director and finance director.
I just don't want to overwhelm Leslie either. She has so many responsibilities. I mean, remember that time we sitting in her office and people were coming in and
figure out time.
huh?
If they have her time, figure it out, I mean, that's part of her, if this is part of her job. then part
Oh,
of her job.
she does figure out her time. It's just that she's so in demand.
I think we all are.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, most of us.
yeah.
I think that, especially when you work in a small town, where
Yeah.
you wear many hats,
Yes.
there's not enough.
Ben and I were building picnic benches today,
Right.
that were delivered to the wrong
Other
door.
tasks as assigned, right?
We got picnic tables delivered to me today too, that's so weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a different, she builds, you get delivered.
Yeah. I don't have to build it, not yet.
Yeah.
Do it for unplugged toilets and covered bathrooms and.
Oh,
Okay.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
What else in here? I don't know that I captured. I'm playing with formatting a little bit, so I'm not sure if I captured everything.
I just changed the thing about application deadlines, that part.
Thank you.
The first bullet under award coverage is, I think it's great as is, but I just wanted to suggest maybe making it say exactly what it says at the end of the application.
Yeah. I'm fine with that. Um. What does it say at the very bottom?
On the application.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I know what you're talking about now. I understand this, the scholarship funds are limited. That piece, scholarships are awarded based on financial need, available funding, and program capacity.
Yeah, so maybe here we just add end program capacity. That's the main part of that. It's just
Okay.
slightly different.
Registration fees, financial need, available funding. Program capacity. Okay. Anything else in this? Section that needs to be tweaked?
I really like the verification and auditing section. Glad that's there. Hopefully it never comes up.
Right. Okay.
Looks good.
Any other final thoughts on this?
How do you plan to notify families what they've been awarded?
Carrier pigeon.
It's just like a dated letter or something, because that. In
Thought
the
it said
appeals
it in there.
process. In the appeals process, it says within 10 business days of notification, so you gotta have documentation of exactly when the family was notified.
Oh, I think that's one of the forms we need to create it.
Like a letter.
Yeah,
A letter just saying whether it's been accepted or denied, how much awarded.
yeah. Draft a letter for that.
So you didn't have to use that whole chat.
Draft award or decline letter.
Right.
I might already have it somewhere.
That's,
See, my desk is very organized right
make the
now.
decision if there's an appeal.
I think maybe it would have to go Carol,
Hmm.
right? Or you guys.
Commission, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it could come to the commission
Mhm.
just with identifying information removed.
Mhm.
But then what's the timeline?
Right.
But I like that it says they have to submit an appeal within 10 business days, but there's no promise of how quickly the appeal will be
Returns.
decided.
The program may be over.
Right.
Right.
Your appeal was denied because it was done.
See, that's why with the 2 weeks prior to starting a program, and if they're denied, the appeal is 10 days, and I mean. It's just too tight of a timeline.
Thing is though, like, I mean, I hear what you're saying, right? 2 weeks is not a ton of time, but I mean, sometimes the programs come out
4 weeks.
right, a month in advance. So it's like, you can't apply for a program that you don't even know exists.
And I think if someone needs financial, they're gonna call way ahead of time.
Right,
You hope.
I found that that is the case.
right. Okay, so under appeals, they'll be directed to the Director of Park and Recreation. And are we saying appeals will be,
I don't know, do we want to commit? I mean, I was just wondering who does the appeal, because it shouldn't be the same people who
We
decided
shouldn't,
yes or
right.
no. But do we want to say that I mean, I think it does make sense to say
Yeah,
maybe
I
it
think
gets
so.
brought to the commission.
I mean, ultimately, this has got to go through Carol.
Yeah,
the
she may
attorney, so they
change
can
it.
say,
She may,
right,
she may say that you can't
presented.
even.
Commissioners,
To
want
the-
6, 7 folks on the commission, so there's a few people to
Yeah.
review it, which is
Right.
nice. Instead of 2
Bethany
or 3.
Park and
You
Recreation.
can also ask the Board of Ed how they do it too, with an appeal.
Right. I was gonna say that might go to the Board of Ed. Like it might go right to them.
Mhm.
Do you want to say with identifying information?
Yep. Identifying information.
Redacted. I love that word.
I never get to use it, so I'm gonna put it in redacted. To maintain confidentiality. The appeal decision will be. Okay. All right, so we kept the 2 weeks. At least 2 weeks prior to the start of the requested program.
Mhm.
Okay.
Did Leslie have a look at this too, or are you just waiting until you have a clean draft?
I think I sent it to her a long time ago.
Okay. Any other suggested edits for this? Okay. Can we get a motion to approve the policies for participants?
Done.
We need a second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Beautiful. Okay. All right, so we have officially approved all 3 documents. Nicole, they're all shared with you in the
Thank
Google.
you. Thank you, everyone.
You're very welcome. Okay. Done.
Hear that?
All right, what else? Okay. And then the next agenda item was just again raising it that technically our commission appointments are over on June 30th. That if anybody is interested in maintaining presence on the commission, they should email Carol. I have not heard any updates from her about that. I don't know if you have either. So at this juncture, I am unsure what will happen for July 1st. That's all I got for that.
She said.
But I mean, essentially, that means there is no commission, so July 1st.
Can that happen?
It can't not happen because we all are done on June
No,
30.
but I'm saying, can they say, we're not.
I think they-
Selectmen's gonna take care of it.
No, I think they have to have a commission.
Okay,
I
okay.
think. But I don't know what happens if they don't appoint officially. Like, I don't know if people have to get sworn in again. I don't really know how that works. Because we all had to get sworn in the
Yeah.
first time.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Be interesting.
Not real sure. So,
Well, I did not email her, but I thought a lot about it. And I think it depends.
yeah.
So maybe I'll email her now that I hear that there haven't been any decisions made.
For transparency, I did email her because I think we've come a long way and I don't want it to.
Fall apart.
Yes,
I emailed her as well, because I was staying.
did you?
Her back.
I hope you
Not
did.
yet.
Come on.
Did not yet. Did not yet.
One reason that I did email.
I know, I was gonna say, I'm not doing my email. I'm only doing it if it's-
We should not spend anything.
I'm on a quitting binge lately, but I might. I quit PTO, so I might stay.
I mean, we're not as.
No.
We come so far for the first, couple years.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the reason that I originally expressed interest was because I felt very strongly that Parks and Rec needed much more oversight, right? Like we all did,
Right.
everybody in the town did.
Yeah.
That's an obvious statement. And that, my experience writing policies for programs and managing licensing, if that's the right way to go, would come in handy. And I think as a commission, we've done amazing stuff. Top of that list is hire Nicole.
Yep.
Top of that list. And so what I mean by that is like, now I'm not sure that and in the last year, my contributions to this commission.
Should we get offline? Or adjourn?
Have
Right, we
not,
haven't
have
had to
not
do
been
as
that.
much.
I haven't.
Haven't had to do as much.
And so if the commission is. I don't have the time that you do, so I feel bad when it's like, hey, can we can we have
Right.
representation from the commission at this event? I'm usually not able to do that, so if it depends what the commission is gonna be going forward. And I need to set boundaries in my own life, I'm overextended, and so I'd be happy to no longer have this commitment. But I'd be even more happy to support the program and getting stronger and continuing. But I'm not, we're not in the same place in needing that as we were before. So, but to your point, I feel very strongly that the commission has done amazing work, is a great team. And there should definitely be a commission that cares enough and.
Right, agreed.
So conflicted, that's me.
Are we good? Are we ready to adjourn?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so 51. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
I.
Aye. Have a great night, Dave.
Take care, everyone.
So I'm leaving blank this thing that says the next regular meeting.